Hello everybody, welcome back. So, it's like Groundhog Day, isn't it? It's pretty much exactly the same today as it was yesterday, although I have to say a tiny little bit better, I'll tell you why. But again, it's much in the same. Exactly this time yesterday, and the time we were making the video, we were pushing that 21 exponential moving average on the 4 hourly, so hoping for some form of breakout. We also, at the time of making the video yesterday, we had a descending 20 moving average. So the way to think about moving averages is, they point in a direction that the trend is going in. Obviously, if you're above them, they should act as support. If you're below them, they should act as resistance. So yesterday we were above it, but it was pointing down. So it said, although we're above it, there is a chance that we can scrape that and maybe even break down below it. So the 20 moving average, being the Bollinger Band Center, managed to close above, for the most part, each candle up until this very moment in time. Well, we've been brought back to exactly where we were yesterday. Apart from this time, the 20 moving average has gone horizontal with a tiny little slope moving upwards. Okay, so it's slightly more bullish. Don't misinterpret that word when I say bullish, because it's not amazing. This isn't the best thing you've ever seen in the world. We're really kind of splitting hairs here, but at the moment, it does point to a little bit further upside. The histogram has continued to tick green. There has been some dips in this, but generally it's continuing to remain green, with the moving averages slowly but surely pointing and trying to creep ever so slowly towards that 0 point, which again normally will lead to some form of breakout. But until we're above it with positive divergence, and then yeah, I mean, your guess is as good as mine for it. But at this very moment in time, based on the 4 hourly, we are pointing up, and we would be viewing this for a move basically to around 40,570, maybe 40,800, and at best around 42,200. So that's what we'll be looking for with this kind of setup. And again, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. This is weak AF. We're splitting hairs. It does point to that. That does say that. I mean, this chart says that's what it wants. Whether it does it is a different story. Now, if we go to the even lower term timeframes, things start to look a little bit better, but resistance is all the way. Again, coming in over here at that 40,800, and again, descending resistance. That's what it wants to do. It wants to keep descending. Now, other than that, what we really want to see is this portion of the cloud flash green. If it flashes green, then there will be a pump signal. And the pump signal on the 1 hourly will take us probably to this area, because that's the main area of resistance on this chart, being a 1 hourly. That's what it says. So the 4 hourly, little tiny piece upside. 1 hourly, potentially pump signal to take us a little piece to the upside. Daily looks sorry AF. It really does. We worked out roughly, and again, it's if anything, I wouldn't say we've worked it out, but the support that took place on Bitcoin's wick down at this level here didn't really correspond to any portion of the chart. Not that I would be confident in calling. I wouldn't have expected this area to be anything, but it was Ethereum really that managed to do it, and Ethereum was basically front running its own Bollinger Band bottom, as well as the major horizontal area of significance. So it was Ethereum that managed to pull the market up, or should I say Ethereum that stopped the market from moving down. So if we're thinking about this from a rejection point standpoint, what we're seeing is weak AF across the board. We're not looking for any major recoveries or anything like that. And the best thing you would hope for on this chart would be a move up to the Bollinger Band Center, which is only 42,600. Sorry, that is my 4-year-old now actually in the background on a tablet. So, more than likely, if we are going to move up, it'll be around 41,800, which is your 21 exponential, your 50 exponential. But we've also got the 7 and the 10. So it's resistances all the way across the board on all time frames. Shh. It's like... right. So we've established that Bitcoin can and probably will try to move up in very small increments, maybe throughout today and the weekend. That's what we've worked out. So let's take a look at the Dixie. So the Dixie has made another attempt to break out from its horizontal area, right? And it's getting another rejection from this area too. The Golden Cross was retested on the 50, the 200, and the 50, and the 50 again, and it's above all moving averages here. So the dollar looks quite good on the 4 hourly. So let's move it to the daily to see what's going on over here. Again, another rejection on the 200 exponential. So this is one of those tricky scenarios where you're like, all right, so the 4 hourly looks like it wants to break bullish. The daily is technically offering a death cross retest. So really, at this stage now, it's a matter of battling out the time frames. Really, which one's going to break? Is it going to be a break out of the death cross, or is it going to be a continuation of the golden cross, or is it going to be a rejection from the death cross? There's no perfect science on this one, I'm afraid, to really work out who is who and what is what. If we really want to get down into the dirt, we would take a look at the euro, and the euro is offering a golden cross retest. This is the sort of thing you'd expect to see because the euro and the Dixie are basically the same thing. Euro dollar commands the Dixie for the most part. There are other currencies that go into it clearly, but this is the largest portion, so it's the more dominant chart, and you can see that it's basically the reverse of the Dixie. The Dixie's doing death cross retest, this is doing a golden cross retest. So with this, I'd probably be looking for a move up, which means that I would probably expect, at least for today, a move down on the Dixie, which should hopefully correspond to a little bit further upside for stocks, crypto, commodities, the lot. But I am absolutely in no way calling any major direction on the Dixie or the euro at this very moment in time. The trend could potentially be changing, so we don't really know. Honestly, we honestly really don't know. I would still say that the best thing to do, really, is to stick to the original plan, which was out of crypto around here, maybe eye up a bounce around here or here or here, or just wait and chill and relax. Don't overtrade. We've already recognized that Bitcoin itself, even though it's offering a bit of upside, is kind of measly and pathetic. And like I say, it's not the smallest move you've ever seen. You know, we could be seeing a move of around about 5%. And again, that would be a top target. A 5% move on Bitcoin is not what we signed up for. That's not what we want. We want basically hundreds of percents, don't we? And that's what we will get if we have patience. And at the moment, why try and trade a 5% bounce? Why do that when the downside is obviously clearly over time probably a lot larger than that? The first move would be about 5%. So currently the risk to reward, even at this very moment in time, is equal. And then if that breaks, which it probably will, we sail down into these lower zones with another 20%. So risk to reward still not good. It was not good up here. It was not good here. It was not good here. Not good here. It's still not good here, even after a 20% pullback. So let's just relax, okay? But if you do want to join the Patreon live streams, there might be some other opportunities around. It's not the only market in the world. There's links in the description below. There's also telegrams and everything like that. So you can join up because obviously the market can change. And you know, I tried to be vocal if there's something worth talking about. I'm not running a signals group here, but if there's something that looks like it wants to change and maybe the direction is further up than this, that's where you'll get some kind of up-to-date thing from me. You don't expect me to jump onto YouTube and make a video about everything at every single point. But long story short, we're looking for small moves up on Bitcoin, potentially up into the 42,000s at the best, and then back down again, back down to new lows, new local lows, and sail this chart all the way down over the next few months to find out where it is that we're going to carve out this bottom, which will also carve out bottoms for altcoins as well, because I don't really see any reason for altcoins to move right now if it's not for Bitcoin. Ethereum has actually been lagging the whole time, so yeah. But you know, even at this very moment in time, Ethereum, if you're going to bounce, will probably bounce just short of 2,400. So there is opportunity to bounce, but I personally wouldn't advise playing it unless you've got the time, the skill, the patience, and the risk management to operate a trade like that. Right, I'll leave it with you there. But thank you for watching. Maybe I'll see you on the stream tonight. Thanks. Take it easy.